welcome back into Studio 10. And everybody here, I want us to all just take a second and let's think back to our first date. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Some of those memories may not be positive, but don't worry. Whether they were good or bad, at least we can all get together and laugh about them with Riverwalk Theater's new musical, First Date.
Yes, and we're lucky to have, we're kind of on a date ourselves, I feel like, with some of the cast members. We got Ny'Kieria and Carmen. Welcome into Studio 10.
Thank you.
I was trying to make it seem a little more datey, like welcome.
We are on a date. It's our first, maybe not our first date because you've been here before.
Yes.
Carmen, this is
My
our
first date.
with you.
Exactly.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, and we're so excited because this musical kind of takes us back into those past baggages from those blind dates or maybe those awkward encounters that all kind of first dates have. But it's done through a musical. So walk us through this journey that this show takes us on through the music, through the plot. What's going on?
I think that there is a lot going on with this show. I feel that the show just humorously and honestly takes us through the ups and downs of connecting with someone. Other than just being on the date with a person, just anybody in your life, just those connections.
Yeah, a lot of those connections, and like we said, some of them are good, some of them are those bad feelings that we've had. But Carmen, I want to hear a little bit about your role because you play a few roles in this show.
I do play a few roles. One of the roles that I play is Ny'Kieria's sister, who I think represents a lot of her own self-doubts and a lot of her own baggage, the perfect life that, you know, she wants to have. I play her date's grandmother and his mother as well. So I play a handful of roles that I think, you know, just recognize a lot of the self-doubt that we have and the pressure we put on ourselves to be perfect.
I love that, and we love an actress with range. Yeah. Come on, bring
A lot of women. Yeah.
Absolutely. Is there anything about this that you relate to at all?
I think, you know, that we just have so much self-doubt and we put so much pressure on ourselves to be perfect when really sometimes we are exactly what we need to be.
Oh, I like that. That's very good. And now we have to talk a little bit about the leading role that you play, Casey. What made you want to audition for this show, let alone play this role? What's she all about?
Well, I heard the song Safer from the show, and I just felt like, wow, this is perfectly where I am in my life right now, and that I needed to audition for it. I just love the way that Casey navigates love and self-discovery and her vulnerability.
Wow. And it's called Safer, right?
Yes.
Okay. Ooh.
That is awesome. Tell us a little bit more about the song now.
We're on the edge of our seats.
Well, I'd say that this is a huge moment for Casey in the show where she finally, well, Casey's very, very guarded. She's dealt with lots of past boyfriends that weren't the best. And so it's caused her to put her guards up, and she just feels that it's safer to only rely on herself. So I feel like this is a breakthrough moment for her where she finally lets down some of those walls. She opens up to her sister and lets her know like how she feels and why she's so guarded. And then from there we'll see if she decides to let down those walls a little bit.
Okay, I think we all have a little bit of Casey in ourselves.
I think so too.
Yeah. Now you guys are a little over like 10 days away from the show, so what are we doing in the final days to prepare for this performance?
For me, I am doing a lot of hydration, a lot of keeping my mask on, because there's a lot of sickness out there.
Yes, there is.
And just trying to rest. Mostly just rest and mentally prepare myself for everything that's to come.
Yeah. What about you?
Well, in terms of rehearsals, we have a sits probe coming up, so we get to sing with the band for the first time, the full band. We, you know, adding more and more elements in with costumes and our mics and our sound. So it's just building on top of what we already have and getting ready and getting excited.
Yes, and seeing that show finally come together and getting the characters. We have the information on the screen because it all kicks off on Galentine's Day, and we got Valentine's Day and of course the weekend following after it. But you lovely ladies are sticking around with us because after the break, we were talking a little bit about some real life first date situations and what would you do? That's all next. Stay with us.